My favorite time of day is just before Maghrib, when the sky becomes dusky and a peaceful quiet descends upon us. It's Sunday morning though, and it's time for the SABC's only Islamic program, An-Noor, the Light. Assalamu alaikum, I'm your host, Fadla Adams. Today, An-Noor travels to KwaZulu-Natal to find out what happens when certain blessed individuals embrace Islam. Let's join one man on his spiritual journey.
Islam is a faith for all of mankind. It encourages unity, understanding, and provides Muslims with all the necessary tools to waver through life's challenges. As believers, it is our duty to offer our services and implement our knowledge in the way of our beautiful deen. Since finding Islam in 2001, Brother Areeb Islam has done just that.
I was very young when I first heard Ahmed Didat speaking in Durban City Hall. And what he said made me think about what the followings and the teachings that I was following. And it was many years later, it was about 27 years later, that I actually looked at Islam seriously. But what I found that attracted me to Islam was the simplicity, the dedication of the people who follow Islam, and the fact that Islam has it includes your body, mind, soul, spirit, all into one thing. When I came to Islam, I realized that I became a Muslim because of Allah, not because of financial wealth or popularity or any of those reasons. So for me, it doesn't matter whether I live on 100 Rand a month or I live on 3,000 Rand a month. It doesn't matter to me, as long as I am able to tell people about Islam and tell them about Allah to Allah.
Brother Areeb has always been a spiritual person with a deep and innate understanding in the value and power of belief. He joined the Muslim chaplain services, through which he is able to propagate the word of Islam to the needy, sick, and sometimes also to the forgotten people in our society. His love for chaplaincy and the desire to reach out to many inspired Brother Areeb to establish his own Muslim Chaplaincy Association that would integrate professional Islamic spiritual care into the total care provided to persons in diverse settings.
For many years, science and religion have been poles apart from each other. And the idea of the Muslim Chaplaincy Association is to bring science and religion back together again in a way that we can bring people together that were far away from each other. For example, many people don't think when they go to hospitals these days that they need and maybe to get some spiritual guidance or spiritual help. And so the Muslim Chaplaincy Association is available for people who want to talk to somebody, pray with somebody, have someone to read to them, even fetch them a newspaper. And that's our job, to basically serve humanity. Basically, my job is to help Muslim students understand other religions, other faiths, and how to create a dialogue between these different faiths. The intention is for Dawah and to be able to bring people to Islam. But it's more than that. It also helps them in their future careers, so they are able to respect and understand other people's cultures and other people's religions.
Along with Brother Areeb's Dawah work, he also teaches comparative religion. This visionary individual is even finding ways to ensure the sound representation of Islam in the media through his work at the Alternative News Network.
The main reasons I go to hospitals is because there's nobody else doing it. In the Muslim community, we haven't really concentrated on hospitals. We have prison board workers that work, Muslim chaplains that work in the prison board, but nobody actually concentrating on the hospitals. In my area, within a 10-kilometer radius, there are 5 hospitals. So there's one chaplain at the moment doing the whole of South Africa. So we need a chaplain in each town. And the idea is to eventually train up enough people that there'll be a chaplain in each town to deal with each hospital. The biggest challenge is when you enter into the hospital, I dress in the way I dress. One reason is so that people can see that I am somebody that's not just a patient walking around there. And the second reason is to be identified as a Muslim. When dealing with people in the hospital environment, they see me and they'll come up to me. The challenge is, though, that a lot of people think that I'm trying to take over from the existing chaplains that are there, which are the Christian chaplains. There's just been a need for Muslim representation.
the saying which tells that great minds think alike. Brother Areeb and fellow IPCI lecturer Sheikh Musaad Dawood are two minds certainly concerned with similar societal issues. Together they establish the Deen class, which does Dawah in and around South Africa, with special focus on spiritual enlightenment at hospitals, police services and military.
Deen class was started about a year ago with the teamwork with Musaad Dawood, Bilal and myself, seeing there was a need to educate Muslims about Islam. You know, many Muslims, they look at the reverts and they say, well, how come these reverts are so strong in their faith, and they seem to have so much outgoing guts to tell people about Islam. So what we try and do is we take that to Muslims and help them have that same feeling that they talk about. And so the idea of Deen class is to increase the Deen. And so we have Arabic classes, we have classes about Sharia law, we have classes about relationships in the family, classes about everything. They normally last about 2 months, and they're once in the evening on a Tuesday evening, and then we have weekend classes as well. Salah is important for me because it gives me a time to get to be with my other brothers in Islam and sisters, and we get to a point where we can come together as a community and remember all the blessings that Allah has given us. So when we hear the call to prayer, it's not a mission or a task that has to be done. It's something that we look forward to.
Brother Areeb does not make nearly enough money to sustain his ventures, but his unwavering faith and vision has persevered through some of the most trying times. Since finding the beauty of Islam, Brother Areeb has implemented the teachings of his faith and truly lives the spirit of giving and the essence of being a Muslim in his everyday life.
Our brother in Islam demonstrates that one need not have monetary influence to achieve a sense of destiny. His belief in the miraculous teachings of our Deen, Islam, is all that he needs. MashaAllah. If there are any Muslim artists who would like to be featured on the An-Noor show, then please let us know. Our details appear on your screen. You can also forward any comments, suggestions and information for our events calendar to those very same details. That's it. We've come to the end of yet another An-Noor show. But from myself, Fadla, and the rest of the An-Noor team, until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.